Alright, so I was watching Crystal Healing Vibration video on Young Pharaoh and um, Beauty, Golden Beauty. So I really didn't know that things got this bad. Like, I haven't been keeping up with the situation. Um, I didn't know it was this bad. So I was gonna like play Crystal Healing Vibrations video, and then like some of the questions that she asked, I was gonna do some cards on them. But I want y'all to go watch her video separately, give her some views and everything, 'cause she deserve it. And I really like the way that she break down things, and I guess like that's my way of supporting. So I guess the first question that she brung up was, hold on, why Young Pharaoh hasn't released the tape, the camera tapes, because Golden Beauty said that he punched her in her face, dragged her, and she said that there was cameras in front of the house. So Crystal Healing was like, so why didn't he release the tapes since he's so innocent and stuff like that? And then she was showing clips of him basically doing that shit that I always see black men do, especially to black women. Playing on that, no, I'm gonna say women in general, you know. He started talking about, yeah, you trying to destroy my life, you trying to destroy a black man life and stuff like that, playing police games and shit like that, talking about she can't control her emotions. That really stood out to me. Cause, you know, that's kind of like when the narc be like, push you into your breaking point, and then as soon as you explode, they will use that against you. So, hmm, I'm gonna ask, why didn't he release the tape? Why did he release the motherfucking tape? And it's really like crazy, like the energy lately, cause masculine energy been chaotic as fuck lately, and they been on some real fuck shit. Like, golly. You know, it's not just happening. It's been happening, but right now, it's like it's a it's a different type of energy. I'm gonna try to explain it. Like, there's an energy in the air, and the way that it's affecting masculine and feminine energy is different. Now we all carry masculine and feminine energy within us. But I feel like we tend to identify with one more than the other, or connect strongly with one more than the other. So the way that it's provoking us, it's like provoking us in different ways, but the energy is provoking. But it's very, very, very revealing. And you can learn a lot about yourself in this time if you take advantage of that. You know, um, I've been noticing a lot. I've been noticing a lot or whatever. But what I have been seeing lately, especially when it comes to masculine energy, like I just, when it comes to like the conscious community with these black men, you really seeing like their mentalities starting to crumble under this weight, under this pressure. It's almost like a pressure cooker. And these motherfuckers about to explode. Like, and you, okay, now I'm starting to understand. It's because um the ego that is attached to man in general is deal with, I don't want to put it like on masculine energy because I feel like that's extremely misunderstood. But I feel like men attach a lot of their identity to their ego, and that is what being challenged right now. So, yeah. Alright, he trying to get his story together. With this, I'm not ready to share my thoughts with them, even though they're on my mind all the time. I feel like that's his audience that he thinking about. So, and this is the Knight of Swords reverse. So he's building a story. Mm. And he gonna have to own that shadow with this moon reverse. Now that I know the truth, I can make better decisions. But the energy is, he is really focused on the audience. I feel like that's what he might say. I haven't finished watching the video, so I'm going to be doing as I watch it. I'm going to be doing readings throughout. But I feel like, and when this happened, I feel like this happened because I got a comment on the last reading I did, and the person was like, oh, things just went down. That same night, I had also got a comment from Golden Beauty. So I didn't know what was going on at the time, and I haven't watched anything or seen anything. I thought something fell. So I feel like this is something that he might tell the audience, like maybe like now that I know the truth about her or something, like I'm gonna make better decisions. He might be like extremely apologetic. He gonna seem like he taking accountability, but he's not really taking accountability. He also gonna let it be known like how unhappy he is. He might even try to blame it on depression. I'm not gonna go too deep in Golden Beauty because she going through enough right now. So nah, but I really don't like. I don't like what I'm seeing when it comes to young Pharaoh. And to be honest, I'm in a mood to call every motherfucker out. I'm really in that mood. And I might not do a lot of editing on this video. I want this to be quick. I'm waiting on a sign. I'm waiting on my prayers to be answered. I'm waiting while time keeps moving. This is the Hangman reverse. I feel like he's waiting for time to go by and people like kind of slowly forget about it. But nah, it's on some fuck shit. Alright, so the other question. I'm gonna try to go a little quick on this, y'all. Alright, so what is his relationship with the nanny? One thing that Crystal Healing Vibration pointed out is that there was a fight over a nanny Golden Beauty didn't want the nanny to, be there or whatever, but young Pharaoh really wanted this nanny. And it was an issue with that. So why young Pharaoh didn't want to fire the nanny? Young Pharaoh didn't wanna. It is power tripping. Why he didn't want to fire the nanny? He do feel like she's a good nanny. Um, and I feel like he could trust this nanny, so I don't really see anything that's here like sexual or anything like that, or even a relationship. But he feels like he could trust this nanny and they a good nanny. Um, some of it is kind of power tripping. It's like he know that Beauty don't like this nanny, so he keep her around just to show that he's the one that is in power. But for the most part, what I'm seeing is kind of innocent. He feel like she good at her job, or feel like mostly it has to do with trust. So I'm gonna ask, why do Golden Beauty didn't want this nanny? Why? Ooh, I might let those fall. I'm gonna shuffle them back in, but they come out, then I read them. Why did Golden Beauty? Why did she didn't want this nanny? All right, with this two of pentacles here, I don't want to choose. I want my cake and eat it too. I keep my double lies separate. I feel like it's more like her and the nanny didn't get along, and she wanted young Pharaoh to choose like who is more important, me or her, like that. Why she wanted to get rid of this nanny? And she might have some suspicions, but I don't really see that being reflected in young Pharaoh cards. But she might have, like with this Knight of Cups reverse, she might have some suspicions of something going on. Um, I don't know what this nanny looked like, but I don't really feel that in his cards. Okay, what I'm also hearing is that she may have felt like the nanny was somehow getting in between them in their relationship. Like maybe she would say certain things that Golden Beauty would feel like, oh, this woman is trying to sabotage my relationship. Something like that. That's what it feels and look like. Um, it could also be the fact that Golden Beauty didn't um want her kids to get overly attached to her. like she wanted to be the main woman in her children's life, the main provider and caregiver in her children's life. And I feel like something about this situation made her feel like either the nanny was overstepping their boundaries or was kind of like taking her place, something like that. She could have also been afraid that this nanny was gonna, poison her kids like against her or something. Um, but I'm seeing that energy on a really low scale, like almost on a micro scale, because it's levels to things. Um, I'm feeling that more like this could be like a suspicion that Beauty have, but it's valid due to some things that has happened. All right, so let's see what's next in the video. Okay, so um, there is some clarity. Like Crystal Healing said that um, Golden Beauty was beefing with this woman, but another point that she brought up is abuse. I want to pull some cards on that. Like, what's really going on with their relationship? Matter of fact, let me get my other cards. It wasn't always abuse in their relationship. Not necessarily physically. I'm not feeling that. I feel like they could have like some really horrific fights at times. And I feel like that in a lot of ways he could be mentally abusive. Just because the way that he feel like a woman role should be, like he has a lot of mental cages. Um, he has a lot of stubborn ways of thinking where it makes him lack empathy and sympathy for women. Um, but I don't feel like, because I was waiting for one specific card. Like, I feel like she's telling the truth about what happened, but it's similar to the Swahili and the Migos dude. I forgot his name. Where they was in the elevator and they got into that fight. And it was like a heat of a moment thing. Mm. I do feel like there's a lot of hurt and pain, but I feel like that hurt and pain is mostly around infidelity. And they both have valid reasons to feel hurt. I'm just gonna keep it real. Like, I'm not gonna take no sides or nothing. I wanted to pull the cards, but a lot of anxiety. They both have, oh man. I'm not sure how long they've been together, but in the years they had accumulated a lot of resentment towards each other. And at this point in the relationship, this breakup is super nasty, it's super ugly. But I'm gonna keep it real, man. I don't feel like young Pharaoh was abusive physically through the whole relationship. And I do feel like that situation was similar to Swahili and the Migos dude. Like a very heat of a moment, a tower moment that was building up over time. Um, and both of them had a part in it. What I'm seeing is that they both was being petty on multiple levels. He don't have no right to put his hands on her, but I feel like if you was actually there, you would better understand the situation, and it would probably de-escalate a level from what we are seeing and feeling. Um, it's still valid, but it's like it's something that you can understand. Like you might have seen it before, you might have been there before. When couples are fighting, it's getting really heated and ugly. And but I don't necessarily feel like this is a situation where she like flinching every time that he moved close to her. He like beating her down like all the time. Nah, I kind of feel like this was like a heat of a moment thing. It was a lot of pettiness on both sides. It was a lot of pettiness, okay? And it was accumulated. This is something that's been boiling for some time and it's really coming to the surface in an ugly, aggressive way. Look at this with this cassette. Outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. See, that's young Pharaoh energy. A lot of the problems that accumulated in the relationship was due to outdated thinking. Way back when I did my first reading on him, I mentioned that. I mentioned that. He has some outdated thinking that is very misogynistic, very restricting to any woman that he would get with because he hold a woman up to a standard that is different than what he hold himself up to, especially when it comes to his penis. Okay, with this seduction card right here, I'm feeling like there was one really bad one though. He really crossed the line with something, but the reason why he crossed that line was their relationship was already deteriorating. Hmm. Runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, listening to ego. It is love here, but yeah, for a long time they had a toxic codependent relationship. And being overly controlled by his ego, heartbroken, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, and mourning. They both are heartbroken, but they mad. They angry at each other. It's a lot of resentment. I do feel like there was a time that they really was trying to be cordial and act like they was like cool with things and stuff like that, but then it was like some petty stuff, and then it boiled over. It boiled over. So get a few more cards. What I'm getting from beauty side is like a fed up energy. Like whatever went down in that situation, she was in an energy like, you hurt me so bad, I'm not going back down. I'm not gonna let you um push me around anymore. It was a lot of energy because it was a lot of pain, a lot of hurt. Okay, so I'm gonna go into like what happened that day. Alright, so I'm asking like what happened that day, and it's showing like similar cards. Um, which like they said the same thing as the last card, but they different cards. So I got the X, breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. Then I got addiction, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. So what she was speaking as facts, golden beauty. What she was speaking, it was the truth. But I'm saying that it is deeper layers to it. At the bottom of the deck, I got this stabbed in the back. It was a lot of hurt and pain that day. A lot of things that came to the surface. And these all bad cards. Like, is the snake. Okay. Mm. Okay. Yeah, I remember in the video they was talking about she didn't want this particular woman around her kids. Yeah, that's this the part that I'm seeing right here. Alright. So I'm gonna ask what happened that day from the two different perspectives. Start out with his. What happened that day? Young Furrow perspective. Okay, I need to lighten up a little and stop taking things so personally. That's what he was feeling like chill, you like taking things too seriously. What happened that day? Young Pharaoh perspective. That's too many cards. It's too many cards. What happened that day? Young Pharaoh perspective. From young Pharaoh perspective, he really do feel like he was the victim. And he really did feel like confused about something. Confused about what? See, they both telling the truth. They both telling the truth. I'm gonna tell you, I could read these cards all the way through, and it would say exactly what he was just saying. Okay, just from his cards alone, and from these other cards, which was like a general census of like what happened, which is heavy feelings of emotions of being stabbed in the back, bitterness, resentment due to the breakup. With this snake card, him feeling like, no, she feeling like he letting a snake around his children because she don't trust this other woman. She don't trust this nanny. So yeah, there was an issue about the other woman. Also, Beauty was in a energy like, look, you already put me through so much. I'm not letting you push me over. I'ma stand my ground. She was in that energy when she pulled up. So going from left to right, he's saying she needs to lighten up. Then with this, I'm struggling to let me turn it around. I'm struggling to set boundaries and I'm absorbing too much negative energy. That's what he feeling about himself. Like, you know, I gotta set boundaries with you because I feel like you tripping and stuff, but he wasn't understanding her perspective because he has this built up resentment towards her that it turns off the sympathy and empathy part of him where he can't really put himself in her shoes and be like, if I was in her shoes, how would I feel? He wasn't doing that at all. It was shut the fuck down. So he was in the energy of, look, you tripping, and I feel like you're giving me too much negative energy. I need to set boundaries with you. And with this, I feel like the rug has been pulled out from under my feet. I can't seem to find balance. Look, and with all these major arcana, Beauty acted in a way that surprised the fuck out of him. Cause I think that he used to her backing down, but she wasn't gonna back down this time. Cause she was like so hurt. So she did something in response to him being like, you tripping and being dismissive of her. So yeah, she went the fuck off. She went the fuck off. And then this when he got into this energy, I feel like the rug has been pulled out from under my feet. And then with this moon card, I'm so confused. Is this real? I'm never getting this high again. Somebody might have just been high. It might be drugs involved in this somewhere. But he was confused because Beauty reacted in a way, because I feel like she usually backed down and she wasn't going to do it this time. Like she stood her ground and he didn't like that. And that put him in his ego. Like, wow, I didn't see that coming with a life changing moment. He didn't see that Beauty was about that life that day. And then this card, they should apologize to me. I'm not calling them. So what she said is the truth. Him saying that she have to apologize to me is the truth. But like I'm starting to see bits and pieces of the argument. He was asking her to apologize about something that she did at that moment. It went to 0 to 100 real quick because there was a lot of pent up rage in both of them. Mostly her though, but like I see both their points of view. They both was right. Both of their perspectives are correct. But on a deeper level, the reason why this moment was even manifested is because of shit that wasn't dealt with along the way within the time that they was together. So it just came to a head in this moment. But this moment surprised him too and shocked him too. That's why I still don't feel like this is something common, like him putting his hands on her. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. Okay, I'm gonna get beauty perspective. What happened that day? Too many cards. See, look, the first card I got is a Page of Swords. I want to say what's on my mind, maybe on social media. I want to be known for my intelligence and ask for details. I wonder what they up to. Look, the truth is, Beauty, she came up there and it was more than, it was everything. It was a accumulation of things. When she came there, she was already hot. She was already in that about that life energy. Whatever was going to go down was going to go down. She was upset and she was about to explode. Look, she held a lot in. There's a lot that she wasn't saying before this point that it was boiling inside of her. And at this moment, it just all came to the surface. But it came to the surface ugly, in rage. And she, okay, so subconsciously, she wanted something to happen where she could tell her side of the story, talk about her perspective and feelings and emotions. Because I feel like young Pharaoh was like up in her ear, like, look, you got to keep some things private and stuff. Keep her professional, keep it cute, okay? Don't say too much. But it was a lot of things that was bothering her and she wanted to speak. Okay, what happened with beauty perspective? Hmm. Mm. Okay. I have everything I need to get started. I know I can do this. I'm picking up the pieces. I'm healing. I'm not sure how I'm feeling right now, and that frustrates them. I'm not losing any more sleep over this. Okay, what I'm getting from this, Beauty do have a habit of repressing things. Like in these cards right here, it's like she really trying to heal from this, pick up the pieces, and move the fuck on. But beneath the surface, a lot of things that she repressing, a lot of things that had hurt her, a lot of things that she haven't yet learned how to speak up for herself about. All of that was under the surface. So I feel like a lot of what happened came from both of their subconscious mind. She would, not just her though, they both had, dang, that card just flew out super weird. Like, oof, the devil card. I'm trying to escape my problems. I'm in need of something outside of myself. Hmm. They both was wrong. They both was wrong. the way they handle it, they both was wrong. I do understand her frustrations, but some of the things that she did that day wasn't right. And it was the same with him. But this is stuff that I keep saying this, but it's what it is. Stuff that accumulated over time, a anger, a frustration, things that they didn't really communicate or talked about. She feel like she can't communicate with him because he feel like he's smarter and he can't really learn much and stuff like that. And he does have a big ego and he's hard to talk to at times. But she kept it bottled up for so long. Like when she did erupt, it was ugly. I wonder what's her zodiac sign because he really was like confused by her response. It's kind of like dang, was that waiting to exhale? You know, he was having an affair with that woman at his job and then gonna come back and tell her, I'm gonna leave you for her. And she got upset and went and burned up his car. Now, it's justified because it was hella trifling. But you have to think about the fact that for so long, she stayed in that situation. Being disrespected, being used. She turned a blind eye to it. And she repressed a lot over the years. And then when that moment came, she burned up the car. It was kind of like that. All right, so I spent a long time on this part. So I'm gonna listen to more of the video and come back and pull cards. Okay, so I made it to 33 minutes of the video, and at that point, he was showing the text message, which kind of like prove everything in his reading and stuff like that. Um, what he is saying is what I picked up in the reading, so I'm actually picking up on some other things. Um, like I don't want to take sides or whatever, but the only reason I want to take sides is because in their particular situation, both of them at times were very toxic. I'ma just keep it real, okay? Some of the, a lot of what he's saying is the truth. From what I've seen so far, I'm gonna come out with a part two, but it's 6 o'clock in the morning, child. I need to go to sleep. But before I even seen anything about the text message, as you could hear, like I was already picking up what was in the text messages and what he was saying. He kept saying like I trusted her, like I trust her, and that's what I was seeing in the thing. So, and I really don't see anything romantic between them. I do feel like there is some miscommunication. Not miscommunication, but misunderstandings and period. Um, I do feel like there's beef between the Chelsea girl, the nanny, and Golden Beauty. But from what I have seen in the cards, the beef was more so about perception. Like, let's say that you're around somebody and they say something and it sounds disrespectful to you, but they wasn't even thinking of that. That wasn't their intentions, you know. But if you want to talk to somebody about it, maybe they would agree, like, yeah, that do sound like some shade. Like, yeah, that do sound kind of, funny and stuff like that. I feel like it's a lot of that situation. But the intent, so I'm gonna ask, like, how do Chelsea feel about um Golden Beauty? How Chelsea feel about Golden Beauty? Mm. She think that Golden Beauty is insecure. How do Chelsea feel about Golden Beauty? There's too many colors. Mm. Nah, it's valid though. I do feel like there'll be negative talks about Golden Beauty between young Pharaoh and Chelsea. I feel like he be confiding in her. He be confiding in this Chelsea girl. Yeah, and Chelsea, yeah. Beauty is picking up something with her intuition. And like she might not have no proof, but her intuition is like screaming at her. Yeah, Chelsea is not to be trusted. Chelsea is not. Oh, let's ask her how she feel about young Pharaoh. Like even if something is not going on, like they not being intimate or something like that, there still is like talks between them that if Beauty was to hear them, she would think was disrespectful. And Chelsea be she feeling like Beauty is insecure and that she's not appreciative of what she have. It's kind of like the energy of she want her spot because she think that she be more appreciative or she could do better. Ooh, child. How she feel about young Pharaoh? Jeez. No, bitch. Chelsea is not to be trusted. No, no, no. No, 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 no. I really want to know what Chelsea look like. Y'all, is anybody got some pics of Chelsea? Please show me what she look like. Because in his cards, I did see that he really do trust her and he might even feel like she's a friend to him. But Chelsea on some other shit. She got other intentions. And Beauty intuition is picking up on that. Look, the Four of Wands. And you know the Four of Wands is a marriage card. I deserve to have some fun with the people I love. Let's plan a celebration. I want to tell them what I'm passionate about. I feel like she be having like fantasies about him. She with this Empress reverse, I feel like she think that young Pharaoh don't notice her though. But she feel like she a good fit for him. Like how old is she? And she might have like these feelings, but I don't think that she communicated them to him, like that she's attracted to him, that she want him, that she dream about him and stuff. With this, I'm afraid to stand up for what I believe in. I feel like a coward. And then the Nine of Swords, like she lose sleep over this. She really be thinking about him a lot. And I really do with this Knight of Wands. I feel like the Knight of Wands next to the Four of Wands. She feel passionate about him. And with this Devil Reverse card, it's reverse. I feel like that's her trying to resist the temptation, but she feel it. So Beauty ain't tripping. She ain't tripping. Her intuition is picking up on something, and young Pharaoh is telling her that she tripping, but she not. She not tripping. All right, so when I wake up, I'm going to